Getting your study permit or your visa or your passport stamps is not the final bus stop. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, and if you're an OG, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On my last video from Nigeria to Canada vlog, the love, you guys, the love, I can't even explain it. We're currently on 80 something subscribers and 700 and something views. It's amazing because it was my first video and I was very skeptical on posting that video, but the love has just made me to want to continue this and put in more effort, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do this for you guys because I love you guys. Talking about airport arrival questions they will ask you at the border when you land Canada or at your first point of entry in Canada. So getting your study permit or your visa or your passport stamps is not the final bus for at the border, whether you're coming as an international student or you're coming as a permanent resident or you're coming as a citizen. There are some requirements that will be asked for you at the border. I came as an international student, so I will tell you requirements I was asked. So on today's video, we'll be talking about airport arrival questions and documents you'll be asked for at the border for them to give you your main study permit, because your passport that was stamped is not your main study permit. Your study permit or your PR card will be given to you at the border. So some of the things, so my flight was from Nigeria to Germany, Frankfurt, Germany, then from Frankfurt, Germany to Toronto YYZ Airport, to Toronto Pearson Airport. So if I'm looking down, just know I'm trying to look at the blue because I had to take things down so that I will not miss out any important information for you guys. So in Germany, they will ask you, when I got to Germany, they will ask you for your if you're fully vaccinated, you'll be really good because this Omicron virus is really causing a lot of problem. So being fully vaccinated will really help you. I mean, if you're up to it, because in Nigeria, my home country, you have to be 18 to get the vaccine. If your country does not, you don't need to be 18 to get the vaccine, then you're lucky, it's your good day. So if you are fully vaccinated, you'll be exempted from 14 days quarantine. But if you're not fully vaccinated, you have to quarantine for 14 days. You have to quarantine for 14 days until your PCR test comes out negative on the last day. So yeah, when I got to Germany, the documents I was asked for was my negative COVID test results and my ArriveCan receipt. Because if you're coming to Canada, you're supposed to fill the ArriveCan. There's an app which the immigration officers will use to track your movement and if you're fully vaccinated or not. It just makes the whole immigration process faster so that the line will no longer be long. It just reduces the process that happens at the immigration because you already uploaded all the important documents for your ArriveCan. So once you get to the border, everything just goes smooth. Not really smooth, but it's complicated, but yeah, so it goes smoother than before that you have to stay on long lines. Now the lines are no longer very long that you have to wait for. So once you land Canada, once we got to Canada, you meet some police officers. Once you're coming down the plane, they're going to check your passport and ask you, what are you doing in Canada? So they'll check your passport and say, and then maybe if you're a student, they'll say, what are you doing in Canada? And you'll be like, oh, I'm a student. And they'll say, okay, you can go. They would say, okay, what school are you in? What course are you doing? They say, okay, you can go. Some of them can even ask you for your admission letter. That's the officers that are at the border once you come down from the plane. Then when they ask you those questions and then you answer them or whatever you come to do, if you're a PR, if you're a visitor, then they'll let you go in. Then from there we all go on a line, then you walk down to the airport, down to where you declare. So yeah, this declaration is kind of tricky. You stay on the line, then the woman, there's an officer there that will direct you to the machine. Now I heard before it was paper you used to declare, but now is the machine. You just go to the machine. Nobody's going to help you, nobody's going to give you directions. You have to navigate it yourself, the machine. And it's not hard to navigate, you just need to read. So once you get to the machine will ask you for your passport, and then you scan your passport. It will take a picture of the machine, will take a picture of you, and when it takes a picture of you, then you declare. So I don't know if you're coming to Canada, they meat, you can bring fish, you can bring oporoko and the rest, but chicken, meat and dairy products are not allowed in Canada. You can't bring it from your home country. They sell it here, so you don't need to bring it. But so at the declaration computer, you can choose to declare that you have it, or you can choose that you do not have it. But there are dogs that can sniff those chicken and meat products in your bag, so be safe. I mean, you've already waited for Canada study permit or whatever application you're going through. So is it just chicken and meat that you want to spoil your parole? Please just drop it. You can choose to declare that you have it and they will not search you, or you can choose to and you have it. I mean, it's your choice. I can't really make that decision for you, but just be wise, because there are dogs and the dogs can sniff it, and if the dogs sniff those things, they will have to search your box, and they can start seeing things that they're not even supposed to see, that is not even supposed to be an issue, and then you just be caught up in a mess that you don't want to. I mean, you can be lucky. Some people go, I mean, the day you arrive at the airport, you may be lucky there are no dogs, so no dog will sniff it. But when I went to pick my box, there were dogs that were there to sniff everything. So choose your choice. So yeah, I had to look down because I had to write down everything. Then when you finish declaring, you go to the first immigration officer that will ask you for the receipt that was printed out from the declaration machine, which has your reference number in it. Once you give it to him, you show him your passport and you show him your study permit, then he will let you into the airport. Once you get into the airport, then now you have to meet the main immigration officer. It's the person that will decide whether he will give you your study permit or he doesn't want to give you. This is like this. I mean, let me not scare you, but this part is really, really important. You need to come prepared and have all your documents. So the documents that you will need to have when you're that the second and the main immigration officers will ask you is your study permits, and also your approval letter, that letter that says that was sent after your correspondence letter, that says your passport, that you can come and submit your passport to the visa officer. They'll ask you for your study permits, they'll ask you for your passport, they'll ask you for the application letter. Then you also submit your admission letter. They'll ask you, so the main immigration officer, he'll ask you for your proof of vaccine. If you're fully vaccinated, to be stated on your arrival card, but he will ask you for your COVID negative results. He'll ask you for your quarantine plan. Yes, because of this Omicron virus, you need to have a quarantine plan when you're coming to Canada, in case you test positive for for coronavirus, or somebody in your plane has the virus, then everybody has to isolate. So you will need to have a quarantine plan. Even if you're not fully vaccinated, you even have to fill the quarantine plan in your ArriveCan app before you land in Canada. So you even have to fill that your quarantine plan, that okay, I'm going to stay with a family member. There are questions they will ask you if people there are open to are at high risks, and some other questions, so you just need to answer that. And for the quarantine plan, if you don't know anybody in Canada, don't be scared. You can just reach out to your school. Many schools, like my school, had a discount for students that in a hotel, and then there was even a car that would pick you from the airport to the hotel. So you were from the airport from Windsor Airport, because I school at the University of Windsor, from the Windsor Airport to the hotel, to the designated hotel, and the hotel was on discount. I don't know the exact amount, but if I remember, I'll put it somewhere here. That's for my school. I don't know, I'm sure every school has such setting for international students, so you can just reach out to your school for that. They'll also ask you for your proof of fund. They'll ask you for your proof of fund and admission letter, and also your tuition receipt here. So let me give you guys a tip. Anytime, like once you get to the border, if you see a black person, always go to a black person. I feel like black people can relate, because I mean we're black, so you get like they can relate, like they understand this seat. I don't know if they can relate sharp, but they just sometimes they're just nicer. Like from stories I've heard, black people are always nicer compared to when you go and meet a white person. So that's a very good tip. Meet a black person. I met a black person and he was very nice and very friendly and really helped me out and was not so mean, was so serious with me, and everything was good. Sorry, I have to look down. Then they also ask you for your proof of fund. They will ask you for your proof of fund. So you know all the documents you used to apply for your visa. It is safe to just come with everything. But then if you're coming to so yeah, they'll ask you for your proof of fund, which your sponsor, whoever is your sponsor, you need to print out the proof of fund. Me, I didn't have my proof of fund. I mean, it was stated on the RCC website that you need to come with your proof of fund, but I was just very reluctant about it. And plus I came during after some days after Christmas, and bank fell on Christmas break, and then there was no time, so I just had to come without my proof of fund. So if they ask you and you don't have your proof of fund, like I did not have, you can just say you've paid your full tuition, because I already paid my full tuition for the term, for the first term that I was coming, and I had some cash with me. So I was just going to tell the visa officer that I had some cash and I've paid my full tuition, and once I open an account, my sponsor will wire me some money. That's like all I had to tell. That's my plan to tell the immigration officer. So you need to have something to say. You can't just come, or you come with your proof of fund to be safe. You also come with your admission letter that has your name. You also come with your COVID negative results, PCR test. You can just Google places in wherever you are that does, hospitals in wherever you are that do PCR tests. There are so many. I think it was 54,000 something naira. Yeah, so that's in, I think that would be like $100 in USD. I don't know how much it is in card, but yeah, you can just find out in your area. Then they'll also ask you for your ArriveCan receipts. There's a code there which they'll scan, that they'll use to check the system and all the things you filled, which make the whole process faster for you. Yeah, I think that ArriveCan is a really smart idea, because it just makes the whole process faster and the wait shorter than when there was no ArriveCan. Then the visa officer will tell you to sit down and you wait for some minutes, and then he'll print your study permit for you. And when they print your study permit, make sure that it has the students can work on and off campus. It's very important for it to have that clause, because if it doesn't have that clause, you have a problem working. Because when you want to work in Canada, and if you want to do anything, your study permit is like your proof of identification before you get maybe your school ID card. So you need to make sure that it is there, so that you'll be able to get some jobs. I mean, we all want to get some jobs, so yeah, you get it. So sorry, I'm looking down because I have to go through this book so that I will not miss out on everything that I want to tell you. Then after that, after he finished that, then you now proceed to pick your bags. And then when you pick your bags, then you proceed to leave the airport. And if you were randomly selected for the COVID test, you have a pink slip on your passport. I was randomly selected for the COVID test, so they just directed me to where I would do my COVID test. So I did the COVID test. It was quick, and then they told me, they put a date on my passport. I guess that date is to make sure that you don't go out, because you know your passport is your means of identification. If you go to an eatery, they'll ask you for your passport in this place. If you go to a store, sometimes they can be so stupid and even ask you for all these mini drug marts close to your area. They'll ask you for your passport and your ID or something. So you need to have all those things in place with you wherever you go. And also, if you can take the COVID vaccine before you come, I would advise you to do so, because you cannot dine in without being fully vaccinated, and there are so many things that you cannot do without being fully vaccinated. So yeah, so these are all the things that you need to have on you, or that you need to be doing on entry to Canada. Yeah, in 2022, due to the Omicron virus. Coronavirus, you need to leave it, because I mean we're all tired. I mean, are you not tired? Because me, I'm tired. The whole process is just really long. So we've come to the end of this video. If you like this video and you enjoyed my content, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share my videos to your friends or to anybody that you know that is coming to Canada soon. Even if you're not coming to Canada soon, you just want to be prepared ahead. So I'll see you guys in my next video. If you have any question, you can leave it down for me in the comment section, and I'll be glad to respond to you. If the questions are a lot, I'll shoot a video and respond to you guys. Bye. I love you.